The burning of memories. In a quiet suburban neighborhood, where the houses stood in perfect rows and the lawns were meticulously manicured, there lived a man named Daniel. He was a kind-hearted soul, a devoted father, and a man who carried the weight of his late father's legacy in his heart. His father, a wise and loving man, had left behind a catalog of cherished memories, handwritten letters, faded photographs, and small trinkets that told the story of their bond. These items were Daniel's most prized possessions, a tangible connection to the man who had shaped him. But Daniel's ex-wife, Celeste, was no ordinary woman. She was a demonic covert narcissist, a master manipulator who thrived on chaos and destruction. Her hatred for Daniel burned like a wildfire, and she was determined to break him in every way possible. The ultimate betrayal. One cold winter night, while Daniel was away, Celeste broke into his home. She went straight to the catalog, the one thing she knew would hurt him the most. With a cruel smile, she doused the letters and photographs in gasoline and set them ablaze. The flames consumed decades of memories in moments, leaving nothing but ash and the acrid smell of smoke. When Daniel returned, he found the charred remains of his father's legacy. His heart shattered. He fell to his knees, clutching the ashes, tears streaming down his face. Celeste had taken more than just paper and ink. She had stolen a piece of his soul. The web of deceit. But Celeste wasn't done. Her cruelty knew no bounds. She had spent months meticulously planning her next move. Using forged documents, she stole Daniel's inheritance, falsified DNA records to claim his assets, and even created a fake power of attorney to drain his bank accounts. She left him financially ruined, with nothing but the clothes on his back. To ensure his complete destruction, Celeste launched a smear campaign of epic proportions. She recruited friends, business partners, and even strangers to spread lies about Daniel. She painted him as a monster cheat, a liar, and an unfit father. Her words were poison, and they spread like a plague, turning everyone against him. The hitman and the insurance. Celeste's hatred ran so deep that she wanted Daniel gone permanently. She hired hitmen to assassinate him, ensuring her hands stayed clean while others took the blame. To add insult to injury, she took out a life insurance policy on Daniel, ready to cash in on his death. But Daniel was no fool. He had always been cautious, and when he noticed strange cars following him and unfamiliar faces lurking in the shadows, he knew something was wrong. He went into hiding, constantly looking over his shoulder, his life reduced to a nightmare of fear and paranoia. The ultimate betrayal, turning his kids against him. The most devastating blow came when Celeste turned Daniel's own children against him. She used his stolen money to lavish them with gifts and trips, all while poisoning their minds with lies about their father. She convinced them that Daniel was a terrible person, that he didn't love them, and that he had abandoned them. To make matters worse, Celeste's new partner, a Jezebel spirit just as manipulative as she was, joined in on the campaign. Together, they used Daniel's stolen identity to fund their lavish lifestyle, all while mocking him and celebrating their victory. Daniel's children, confused and manipulated, began to distance themselves from him. They stopped answering his calls, ignored his messages, and even refused to see him on holidays. The pain of losing his children was worse than any financial ruin or physical threat. The chaos unfolds. As Daniel's life spiraled out of control, chaos reigned. His business partners abandoned him, his friends turned their backs, and his reputation was in ruins. He was a man alone, fighting against an invisible enemy who seemed to always be one step ahead. But amidst the chaos, Daniel found a flicker of hope. He began to uncover the truth piece by painful piece. He hired a private investigator who uncovered Celeste's forged documents and exposed her smear campaign. He found evidence of the hitman and the life insurance policy, and he began to rebuild his case against her. The emotional reckoning. The emotional toll was immense. Daniel struggled with anger, grief, and betrayal. He mourned the loss of his father's memories, the alienation of his children, and the life he had worked so hard to build. But he also found strength in his pain. He realized that Celeste's cruelty was a reflection of her own emptiness, not his worth. One night, as he sat alone in his small, dimly lit apartment, Daniel made a vow. He would fight back not with revenge, but with truth. He would expose Celeste for who she truly was, and he would reclaim his life, no matter how long it took. The turning point. Daniel's journey was far from over, but he had found his purpose. He began to rebuild his relationships, one conversation at a time. He reached out to his children, not with anger, but with love and patience. He reconnected with old friends, sharing his story and asking for their support. And as he pieced together the evidence against Celeste, he felt a sense of peace. He knew the road ahead would be difficult, but he also knew that he was no longer alone. Moral of the story: even in the face of unimaginable cruelty and betrayal, there is always hope. Daniel's story is a testament to the power of resilience, truth, and love. It's a reminder that no matter how dark the night, the dawn will always come.